Situated in the port city of Tema, Freight Masters Shipping Company Limited is a fully Ghanaian incorporated company providing services when it comes to import and export, cargo handling, warehousing, and also a driving school, among others. My name is Jackline Favor Asase, but I love to be called Pretty Jackline. This is Port and Maritime Agenda, where we act and run port and maritime operations. Before I introduce my guest, let's take a quick break. We will be right back.
The Consolidated Shipping Agencies Limited, or CONSHIP for short, is a world-class Ghanaian logistics company formed in February 1996. It is based in Accra, Tema, and Takoradi in Ghana, West Africa.
We've expanded our portfolio to offer services such as marine and husbandry services, onshore and offshore logistics services, projects, international freight forwarding services, and warehousing.
Today, due to its numerous partnerships, CONSHIP has a network over 2,000 locations globally from which it can do business. This enables the company to fulfill its prime goal of providing quick, efficient, and dependable services for its customers. The vision: succeeding together with passion.
Welcome back from that very quick break. If you just joined us, this is Port and Maritime Agenda. Dr. Nana Amoako, he's Executive Director of Freight Masters Shipping Company Limited. He is our guest today on Port and Maritime Agenda. Hello, Doc.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
You're looking good.
Thank you. You're looking wonderful too.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming to our office.
The pleasure is ours. It's been a while.
Indeed. We've been up to a whole lot of stuff, but thank goodness we are here, alive and kicking.
The last time I saw you, almost 2 years now.
Yes, I remember we crossed paths after that long time, and I was actually running into a meeting, so we couldn't have time to talk much. But here we are, another opportunity to have our usual conversations. Yes.
Thank you so much for receiving us.
You're welcome.
Before we delve into the discussion, would you mind sharing with us how Freight Masters Shipping Company, how has the journey been like all this while?
Interesting one.
Okay.
Freight Masters Shipping journey has come a long way. It came when I felt the industry needed more than it is offering, in my own view.
Okay.
And so after working with some companies within the industry, I felt the need of coming out with a whole new concept of freight handling.
Okay.
And so in one of my usual thinking to myself, I was like, come on, what can I do different? Being an industry player, I didn't want to leave because I belong to the shipping fraternity. And so the idea of the Freight Masters was built or hinged on leadership, where we feel that we have to be masters of freight handling in terms of bringing a whole new experience and exposure within the industry. And so after leaving my last company in 2010, I saw Freight Masters being born in 2013, precisely January 18, we commenced operations. And since then, Freight Masters Shipping has been one of the forces to reckon with as far as the industry is concerned. So it's been one of an interesting one. Of course, we've had our ups and downs, challenges as it pertains to every industry. But we are so focused, we are so determined, we have a long way to go, but we felt that we had to begin our journey from somewhere. And so the journey of Freight Master started actually 2013, and we have been on and on going till date.
Wow. It's one of the vibrant shipping lines. Did you see that coming?
I am not too surprised because that was the original idea, but the branches and the up and down did not actually let us go straight.
Okay.
And so, yes, I'm not surprised where we have come to, even though it's still mind-boggling, because at a point it felt it was not possible, considering the terrain. You know, it's a very competitive industry. And so when you are dealing with bigger fishes in the sea, you, the upcoming one, you should know what is at stake.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we are not surprised. We saw it coming, but it has been that of a wonderful experience. I should put it that way.
Yeah. Wonderful. I mentioned one or two services your outfit provide. Yes. Would you mind sharing or giving us details into what Freight Masters services are?
Okay, thank you. So we offer the usual freight forwarding services as any other freight company offers. We do imports, exports, either for ourselves or for our clients. We also offer customs brokerage services where we undertake custom clearance on behalf of our clients. And then occasionally we do our own importation for our client who may have a need for specific products that are not available here.
Okay.
And then because we have our own trucks, we do internal road haulage as well, where we haul goods from one point to another by sea. We do chartering as well. With time, we have a need for our client needing to have a vessel conveying goods from one point to another where it doesn't need to be mixed with other goods. And so that's where the chartering services come in. So we provide that as well. Of course, we do air and sea consolidation where we put pieces of cargo belonging to different importers as one unit, because as you may be aware, not everyone may have the capacity to bring in a full box. And so our job, both air and sea, is we consolidate these goods belonging to different importers, and then we ship them as one unit, and then we do degrouping when it arrives here. And apart from that, we do consultancy as well.
Oh, okay.
See, shipping is not just a one-way business. A lot goes into that. And because we are freight forwarders and not just clearing agents, I always say that clearing agents offer just less than 10% of the work of a freight forwarder. And so we sit here, we are able to coordinate movement of goods from any part of the world through our network partners. And so we offer that competitive services through our consultancy services as well, where we advise you on the best routes and the best method to have your shipment carried away without you going through the hassle. So we take the burden out of you, we handle it ourselves, and just from beginning to end, making sure that your goods arrive very safely. So these are some of the services we are under. Apart from that, we are not limited.
Okay.
As and when we see there's an opportunity, because we don't say no to anything.
Yeah.
Once it has to do with movement of goods, we are there. Once it has to do with supply chain, we are there. Our job is to ensure that the cargo leaves the destination, the same state, the same method, the same quantity, and it reaches the destination in the same manner.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's over 12 years of the company's inception.
10 years.
10 years.
We were 10 years
okay.
last, this particular
year.
January.
Okay,
yes,
10 years.
So January coming, we're going to be 11 years.
11 years.
Thank goodness for that.
10 years and then still counting.
Yes.
What makes your outfit unique?
It's our determination. You see, we came in with the vision of not just being part of the numbers, but to stand out. And so regardless of the difficulties we go through, we feel that our mandate is to be a master of the industry.
Okay.
We know it doesn't come at ease. It comes with some pressure. It comes with some burden, because as business, you know, we'll have our ups and downs and all that. So we are always reminded by our vision and our mission statement, which will be a force to reckon with within the industry. And so that has actually kept us moving. So regardless, and when the challenges come, you don't need to sit down, throw your hands in despair, but to gather more momentum to be able to move up. And so our secret has been that of the strength, the internal strength that we have to propel us, because we don't sit down when things are not going according to our plans, but we strategize in order to keep remaining relevant. And so that has been our strength all this while. And then we look forward to achieving the whole strength that we could possibly achieve,
sure.
which has become one of the forces, not just within Africa, not just within West Africa, but we are looking at the global stage. Wow. It's a dream that may seem impossible now, but our determination is endless. We will get there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The determination is indeed endless. This is Port and Maritime Agenda. We're going on a quick break. We'll be right back.
Here in APMT Liberia, we're training employees to have a mindset, the mindset of lean. Ensure that when you come to work, you don't just come to do your job, but you come also to do some thinking and also some kaizens. So currently, as you can see here in our environment, we're currently doing a kaizen on 5S, which is basically to improve the safety in our work environment. After doing the lesson, we split the team into groups where they're being assigned to a specific store. And in those stores, they're tasked to ensure that the place is clean, neat, and also everything is at its right place. So what we hope to achieve is not only to build that culture where people are aware of the environment and also the safe working space, but also for them to have that mindset. And the mindset that we're talking about is that 5S mindset. Every time you take something, you always question yourself, where am I putting it? Am I putting it at the right spot? Is it something I really need to do my work? And it is also proven that when you have a 5S mindset, you can improve your productivity by 30%. And that is excellent. Why? Because you can easily find what you're looking for. Everything is at its right space, the right place for everything. So when you need something, you can easily go fetch for it without wasting any time. And we know that in our industry, customer waiting is one of the biggest wastes. And we can reduce that a lot just by doing the 5S Kaizen and also the 5S mindset.
Welcome back from the very quick break. If you just joined us, this is Port and Maritime Agenda. Dr. Nana Amoako is the Executive Director of Freight Masters Shipping Company. He is our guest today. So, Doc, before the break, I had wanted to ask you a question. We've seen your new accomplishments all over social media. What inspired you to come up or to set up a driving school?
Well, thank you, Jackie. I'm very grateful for this particular question. You see, the carnage that goes on our roads is that of a disheartening one, that's to use the least word. Every day we hear of accidents on our roads involving serious casualties, and it's a lot of loss to this country. So, as part of our responsibility to society, I did ask myself, what can we do in order to reduce some of these carnages? And then the little research I have done basically reveals that most of the accidents that goes on our road or happens on our road are purely human errors. It's either a driver did not take enough precaution behind his wheel, the driver is tired and refused to rest. It's a whole lot of contributions. A lot contributed that. So I felt that we owe much to society. So why don't I help by coming out with a more robust form of training in a more defensive driving manner by bringing people on our road who are enlightened of their responsibility on the road. Believe me, the moment you get out of your house and join a road, you are not safe as far as our roads are concerned. Yeah. If you do not make the mistake, someone else will make that mistake, and that will certainly affect you. And so looking back, I felt like, let me get on board at least my little contribution to society. This is not just business as usual. Let's take the business component out of it. We all own responsibility to our society. And so the whole idea is that let's train people to drive with the right skills. That actually explains our slogan, driving with the right skills. And so we're coming now to revolutionize the entire industry, to revolutionize the entire driving industry by, first of all, employing tactics, driving tactics. You're going to see our syllabus very soon, because we are looking at how to even spot dangers on our roads. As a driver, you should be able to be acquainted with all the rules on our roads. You should be able to see risk coming. You should be able to avert risk. You should be able to know when to move and when not to move. Even in the midst of accident being caused by other road users, what do you do? So we are coming out with a whole holistic defensive driving approach, where anyone that runs through our school will not just be a regular driver. You will be equipped with that relevant skills that you require to drive on our roads. At the end of the day, if we're able to train even 0.1% of road users. These people will contribute to our road being safe for us. So that is the whole idea. Looking back to our society, the number of lives that we lose to road accident and road-related issues. So we felt that establishing our own driving school is our best bet of training the tomorrow defensive drivers who will bring sanctity on our roads, and not seeing that driving is all about moving your wheel and then you are just moving. So that is first and foremost our whole idea of coming out with Freight Master Driving Institute.
Okay. But are you looking at any collaboration with the MTTDs, the DVLAs, or let me say the road and transport sector?
Yes, it's actually in a pipeline because they are a nationally mandated organization to oversee road-related campaigns. We'll obviously do something with them. And then thank God to your outfit, we're equally going to run some public campaign on your platform on how to educate the public on the need to be safer on our roads. So we are in touch. Our driving school will officially be launched within this first week of next month, that is in September. After which we will now bring all our programs to bear. And very soon you're going to be hearing of Freight Masters Driving Institute in almost all the media platforms, because our message is to educate the public on the need to be safer on our roads. So yeah, there will be collaboration with the police MTTD, which we are in conversation with them. We'll be soon approaching the Road Safety Commission. We'll be approaching all social responsible organizations who are into road campaigns. So very soon, just keep your cool. You're going to hear from us very well. And you're going to be part of the campaign as well.
Wow, yes. We'll be glad to do that. Which group of people are you looking at, or in terms of the training? Are you comfortable training any person or any group of people from all different backgrounds?
Thank you. So this question is personally important to me. The reason is that our services are going to be categorized into divisions. So basically we are looking at premium service, where we offer luxurious vehicle. I'm sure you saw out there. Exactly. So we are going to offer this premium services to our high-end society. Now, these services will mean that you do not necessarily need to walk to our classroom to have yourself trained. We are going to give you online training as far as being acquainted with road signs and road rules and regulations are concerned. There's going to be a luxury vehicle picking you from your destination to the center where you're going to have yourself trained. And our carefully selected road instructors who are DVLA certified are going to be behind the steer, ensuring that you are giving the best of our training. And our training are so robust because you have to pass all our course components before your license will be issued to you. So everyone within the driving population is welcome. We have packaged for students as well and national service persons. They are also going to be offered different kind of incentives just to get them trained with us, because at the end of the day, it's not just the business aspect of it, like I earlier said. It's going to be about training defensive drivers who will be soldiers of our roads and ensuring that our roads are more safer. So from student population to adult, anyone who is interested to drive on a road, get trained with Freight Master Driving Institute. Not only are you going to have your license issued to you promptly just by completing your program, we will give you the right skills that you need to offer defensive driving to yourself. You see, the moment you sit behind the wheel, you owe your family the responsibility of being safe. First and foremost, because a lot of people will look up to you. Your passing away will send a lot of sadness to your people. Would you want this thing to happen? Good. So the moment you sit behind the wheel, you have the responsibility not just to yourself, but to other people within your family, your friends who look up to you. Society needs you. And so we'll conscientize you to have the feeling that you are not just by yourself enjoying the smoothness of driving, but you also own the safetyness of your life to your loved ones. And that is what we look forward to inculcate into our students. So you leave the corridors of Freight Master Driving Institute with the chest out, knowing very well that you have been equipped with that kind of defensive driving skills that can propel you to even save accidents in some cases. Because if you are taught about vehicle maneuvering, when someone even commits road offense that could have the tendency of getting you involved in an accident, you're able to maneuver your way through. Thereby, even if you are not able to save the other road user, at least you save yourself and you save the occupant of your vehicle as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the cars outside or at the forecourt of the office, they are luxury cars. Are they just going to be used for the training, or there's going to be some form of rentals or picking people who do not want to, or who want their privacy from one destination to the other?
Great. So once again, that's a brilliant question. So like I mentioned to you earlier, our services are divided into different components.
Okay.
We have the standard, which is the usual driving training, where you walk to our classrooms. We train you. I'm sure you get opportunity to see our ultra-modern classroom with the state-of-the-art technology, where we'll get you into our station vehicle, which offer manual and automatic functions. You are trained. The system itself will mark you according to your performance. If you overspeed, the system will deduct some marks from you. If your fire goes off, your ignition goes off, the system deducts some marks from you. At the end of the day, immediately we tell you to stop. The system is able to calculate your offenses, the various offenses that you committed whilst you were driving. Yes, you'll see in there. And then we also ensure that as a premium service sign up, we would give you that kind of luxury time. You don't need to squeeze your time in order to be trained. Okay. Tell us which time works for you. Just tell us. If you feel that you are a working class person, you close from work at 5 p.m. Okay, can we do your training from 5:30 to let's say 6 o'clock, or from 5 o'clock to let's say 6 o'clock? 1 hour. We'll make sure we get you to a place where you can have enough light to get yourself trained. Okay. Now, if it is late to drive in that night, one of our luxury vehicles will bring you to our classroom where you have a stationed driving console. That is almost equal like being on the road. The difference is that it is stationed. But then you have a feel of being on the road. We are in talk with a tech company to design driving goggle, where it is artificial intelligence improved or infused. So what it means is that you wear your goggle, you sit behind your wheel, and voila, you are in the midst of different people, different states, driving with different road users. That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we offer this kind of services to people who have a need to. We believe that society is not the same. Everyone is not the same in our society. And therefore, here I'll change this proverb. What is good for the goose is not good for the gander. That's just by the way. So what it then means is that if you're a high-end society, you do not want to compete in driving with quote-unquote younger people. We'll offer you the luxurious service that you deserve. One of our luxury cars, they are all for the driving school purposes. Those that are meant for the road, for the standard, and those that are meant for the high-end people who want to get trained. And trust me, we have latest vehicle. If I say latest vehicle, I mean latest vehicle.
Latest.
Just name it.
They are all going to be used for that.
For driving school.
Hey.
Remember I used the word, we are going to revolutionize the entire driving school space. Watch out on what is coming. Something good is coming your way. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
During your submission, you mentioned passing the courses and stuff. Is it going to be a practical course or probably theoretical courses?
So it's going to be a combination of what you have just mentioned plus more. You see, DVLA has rules on the courses that one has to pass before you are issued on your license, and then they are very strict at it. So as an institution, we also have that mandate to go by DVLA approved syllabus. Plus we have our own. Oh, let me give you a bonus thing. So all our students, especially the younger ones, are going to have computer education as a bonus course for free.
Then I'm coming. I'll have to apply.
Harry will wait for you. So what it means is that, yes, you came in for a driving school, but we are giving you a bonus program. So you're going to learn basic computer application for free. And then for advanced, you will be adding some multimedia programming attached to it, app development. These are part of the thing we're going to do. Our business name is Freight Masters Driving and Business Institute. As of now, our focus is centered on establishing the driving school, making it more practical, and then we'll go into other side. So we're going to combine both the practical and the theoretical, where there is a DVLA exams you need to pass. All right. So you have to go through it. We will equip you to be able to go through that. And then let me also mention that there are people who already know how to drive, but they do not have the license. We cannot ask them to start from the basics. So there's a special program designed for such people. If you know how to drive, yet you don't have your license, come closer to our doorstep. We'll give you the leeway out of it. You just have, we'll equip you to pass the DVLA test, and holla, your license is issued at you. One thing our students should bear with us is that the moment you complete your program, your license is just ready for you. Because once you pass your exam, DVLA has that responsibility to certify you that indeed you have gone through all the training and you have accordingly passed all the course components. Yeah, so very soon more things are coming.
You've really answered my cameraman's question, because he knows how to drive, but he doesn't have a license. So he was wondering how he was going to get himself into this whole training.
He's at the right place. Yeah. He's at the right place. And for you visiting our office, we're going to get you half discount of the whole bill.
Oh,
so
interesting.
Hold my word for that. I'm going to talk to my instructors on that. So, I mean, truth be told, we feel that our road has to be saved. Yeah. Trust me, per statistic, the number of lives we lose yearly on our road is just alarming. And we cannot continue to allow this happen. And so, yes, the driving school is a business, all right, but we first and foremost owe responsibility to our society, making sure that our society is safe. And one of the things we feel we could do is to train tomorrow drivers driving defensively, even starting from today. So basically that's it. So let your cameraman walk to our doorsteps, and then I'll let them attend.
Okay, I'm sure he has really heard what you
I'm
just
sure. I'm sure.
What duration are we looking at in terms of the training here?
According to DVLA instructions or rules, you need to go through an intensive 3 months. 3 months within which your license, that is if you are a beginner. And then we'll look at the rest, those who know how to drive already. Perhaps we can look at about 3 weeks for you to go through the basic thing with that, just to make sure that you indeed are aware, especially your road signs, certain common road regulations. You need to pass that. It amazes you to know that a lot of drivers don't know that when you are entering into a runabout, apart from keeping to your right, you should as well wait for anyone who is already in that runabout to move first. And so there was a time I got into runabout with someone that I was already in the runabout. He was just coming in and got pissed off and started raining insult at me. Why I didn't allow him to move. Meanwhile, I was already in the runabout. So these and many more are some of the practical things we will teach you, so that you don't need to fight with anyone on the road. You know your responsibility much as you know your right. And so we'll make sure that we'll have all this then embodied within the training that we are offering. And we'll do this in collaboration with the DVLA, because they are the licensing authority. And we'll make sure that our students stick they stick strictly to the DVLA guidelines before your license is issued. And once you qualify for your license, we promise you that promptly you receive your license, and then you can be on your way out.
Excellent. But how is your outfit going to deal with people who do not know how to read and write?
Well, so we have drivers, driving instructors who are also equipped with that kind of skill. So here is going to be, driving is not an academic exercise. Driving is a practical exercise. So we would interpret the whole syllabus to you in a language that you will understand. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about writing, it's about you understanding it. And so we'll run a program with the DVLA on how best to get these people certified. The most important thing is that you should first of all know your road signs. You should first of all know the rules, regulations, the rules governing the rules. You don't just drive because you are behind the wheel. There are rules in every situation or walks of life. There are rules to follow. And so once we are able to follow suit the rules, being able to pass the test in a language that you would understand. DVLA will not necessarily based on the fact that you have not written in English, and therefore your license will not be issued you. So I believe that we'll be able to have a collaboration with the DVLA in order to provide special program for those who have qualified to drive and yet are not able to drive because they are not able to pass the DVLA exams. And English, it will be taught in a language by our esteemed instructor to prospective students who want to connect themselves in driving. And let me also add that even though we are starting now with smaller vehicle, Freight Master Driving Institute is as well going to get into machine driving.
Okay.
So we are going to design driving programs for people who drives long trailers and then other bigger truck. And then we're also going to add forklift training to it. So these are all things we are planning on, and they will be launched in a matter of months. Let's give ourselves about 2 months from now. We're going to have the long vehicle or the heavy vehicle aspect of training, and we're also going to have the aspect that will train people on forklift operations and all that. So hold on, there are a lot coming from Freight Master Driving Institute.
There are a lot coming from Freight Masters Institute. This is Port and Maritime Agenda. Quick break, we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Clay Crane. 2023 is with us, and I would like to take the opportunity to wish all a safe and happy new year. APM Terminals Liberia has, over the years, been a leader in port operations in Liberia. Together with our partners, we have continuously invested in cutting-edge technology to modernize the Freeport of Monrovia to fulfill its mandate as the gateway of the Liberian economy. This year, we are poised to accelerate this vision.
So we are going to contribute to accelerating the vision in 2023 by improving the already good outcomes of our port digitalization to give our customers, our users, and staff a better experience by collaborating with our external stakeholders.
In accelerating the vision in 2023, we will keep the customer at the center and at the heart of what we do.
We are always developing our people here at APM Terminals Liberia by equipping them with the needed knowledge, skills, and exposure. They will be empowered to deliver more as we accelerate our vision this year.
APM Terminals Liberia continue to perform well in health and safety thanks to our continuous adaptation to ways of working and safer handling of cargo. We have recorded 0 fatality in 2022. 2023, we're going to continue to accelerate our vision for safety to ensure that we are safer, bigger, and better.
At APM Terminals Liberia, operations demand efficiency. There is a renewed sense of enthusiasm amongst the team. Everyone is aware of how critical our work is with regards to accelerating the vision of APM Terminals.
Happy New Year and welcome to the year 2023. We are aware of the global economic challenges, but we want to take this opportunity to assure our staff and our stakeholders that APM Terminals Liberia will put in the right investments in support of our bigger, better, and safer global operations to allow for the greater economic growth and prosperity of Mama Liberia.
We are committed to continuous quality service to our stakeholders, partners, and agencies here in Liberia.
Welcome back from the very quick break. The discussion is getting very interesting and insightful. It is Port and Maritime Agenda. Dr. Richard Nana Amoako is my guest on Port and Maritime Agenda. So, Doc, how important is driving school and why should it be taken seriously?
All right, thank you once again. So, like I did mention earlier in one of my submissions, I said that once you leave your home, your doorstep, enter into a vehicle, you own yourself that responsibility of being safe and the responsibility of your life to your loved ones. And so we felt that, listen, how do we all get ourselves safe? Because if I am a defensive driver and you are not, I'm still at risk. So we feel that much as I will drive defensively, not all other persons may have the skills to drive the way I do. Like I did say earlier, even if Freight Master Driving Institute trains 0.01% of the driving population, it will go a long way by reducing the carnage on our roads. And so the driving school has become a very important component in our thinking as corporate organizations. It's business, yes, I admit that, but beyond the business, we look at safetiness, and safetiness on our road is a responsibility of everyone, and that is why we come in. We are not going to offer any such vehicle, any just normal vehicle which will be on our road. Our vehicles are seeing constant maintenance, and it is a policy. You will not see our vehicle breaking down on the road, as the case of some institutions. We have to make sure, because road maintenance is also part of defensive driving. Okay. You wake up in the morning, you need to make sure your water level is okay. You need to make sure your tires are okay. You need to make sure, you need to make sure that everything about your car is just fit for the daily usage. And so it is a responsibility of all of us, and we have taken it more personal by training tomorrow's drivers to have defensive driving skills, not just saving themselves, but saving other road users. Because if the roads are safe, you are driving knowing very well that everyone else on the road apart from you is also equipped with that kind of driving skills. Okay, and another thing, if you listen to our jingle very well, where one man was telling his niece that he could get a taxi driver, train her, and also get another person to get it. You see, driving is not just about moving the steer wheel. I have said it over and over again. Driving is about knowing the skills, having the skills, the knowledge of what to do and what not to do on the road. So the moment you sit behind the wheel, you tell yourself that, listen, I am a contributor to our roads being safer, and I'm not going to relent on that effort. And so we feel that for people to go through normal driving, letting your uncle, your brother, whoever teach you, it's okay. But these people have not been trained enough to teach you the kind of skills you require. And that is why all our drivers are DVLA certified. Our institution, Freight Master Driving Institute, is equally DVLA approved institution, where we constantly go through revision to ensure that we abide strictly by DVLA approved instructions and abide by all road safety regulations. And so that is why the driving school means a lot to us. Much as we are running a shipping institution or shipping company, the driving school has become our new brainchild, where we have to ensure that this child grows better and even more robust in terms of the services we are going to offer to our prospective students.
Interesting. So meaning your institution is really going to imbibe discipline to its students, not only in teaching them how to drive, but then how to handle the car and then the road as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. You see, before you leave the four corners of our campus, we need to make sure that all the checklists have been duly checked. Are you able to do this? Are you able to identify risk on a road? Are you able to identify all road signs? Are you able to? We will have to go through all that. All our students are also will be obliged to go through compulsory eye test. And it will help. If there's a way that your eye may be failing you at a point, through the eye test, you may be able to know and take steps to correct it. We'll have some doctors who will make sure that our students are helped when there's a need for eye-related problems. And so it's just a whole body of discipline we are going to instill into our students. You come here, you don't just drive. If we feel that you have not qualified, pass all our tests, your license will not be issued to you. And that I will have to make it emphatically clear. Before you hold license that was issued to you by DVLA through our institution, we have to make sure that you have up to speed, grasp all the theories and then the practical exposures that we put you through. Other than that, I'm afraid you may have to repeat until you pass that particular, every single bit of the course component. You'll pass them before your license is issued to you. So discipline on our roads, discipline behind our wheel is going to be one strict thing we'll never compromise, not under any circumstance. Because our business is to contribute to road safety. Safety has no interchangeable words.
Okay.
Once there's safety, you cannot use any other word to interchange it. We will live strictly by the word safety and the tenet associated with safety on our roads. Yeah.
So moving on, is your outfit going to look at maybe having a public education, educating commercial drivers and maids at their various bus stations?
I am happy of this question. Indeed, this question stemmed from the previous one that you did ask. We are going to design programs with the DVLA in conjunction with the Road Safety Commission. There's going to be that collaboration. We will make sure that we'll go to every length to make sure that driver, once you sit behind the wheel, we'll make sure that you are sensitized of some of the things that goes on our road. I mean, some accident could have been prevented if a second patient was exercised. If a driver was able to exercise just 2 seconds, these accidents could have been prevented. And it's unfortunate that there seems to be almost like a challenge on our roads on a daily basis, resulting to some of the preventable accidents. I did say earlier that most of the accidents that goes on our road, as a result of human errors, most of them, the human error could also go to the non-maintenance attitude of our drivers. Okay. Someone sits in a car, he doesn't care. Once the car drives, the car can move. But it's not just about the car driving, it's a machine. It can fail you anytime. And so when you don't take care of your vehicle cannot take care of you, right? And so we're going to run such campaign, but like I said, we have just started. There's going to be a full infusion of our publicity campaign, meeting our corporate communications, which is trumpeting safety, 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 safety all the way. So we are going to have training for these people as we go forward.
Okay, interesting. This project is huge, yeah, from where I sit and all the submissions you've given so far. It's a huge project, and I'm sure that in one way or the other you encountered some form of challenges. How did you mitigate them as the director? Yeah.
Well, thank you. I did say earlier that problems are always there as businesses, but you are not going to fall for the problems overwhelming you. You cannot throw your hands in despair, more especially if you know what you are up to. And as Freight Masters corporate organization, we are very much aware the challenges that are there. We are still facing some challenges because DVLA has strict regulation and instruction that a driving school must follow, and they will not compromise on that. And so being able to meet all these is very, very difficult. And more so because of the vision we have. Check out we currently have over 23 different vehicles, including our luxury vehicles, and counting. We are having 3 branches at the same time. Okay. So we're going to have, in fact, it's actually there. One branch at Achalibuche around the school junction. Okay. One branch is at Committee 25 in the same building with the 25 more. Okay. And then at Achalibuche again, we are in the same building with Fidelity Bank. And so we are opening up because we want to capture most of the driving population. And so, yes, a lot will go into what we are doing, and the challenges were eminent, but we try to go above them one after the other because we know what we are doing. We have our vision clearly set. We have our mission clearly set, and so we stick to that. And for the challenges, they will come as business. The most important thing is that you need to develop the capacity to be able to go through them. And in driving school operation, you don't cut corners. Okay. You have to make sure that you abide. If you should have vehicle fitted with extra pedals, you have to do that. And DVLA would insist that all your vehicles have extra pedals. Just in case there's a problem, the supervisor or the driving instructor may be able to avert it before our students hit anything. Oh, I must add this one more time, that to make our students safer on the road, we are actually in collaboration with an insurance company to be able to design an insurance policy for our students within that 3 months which they will be with us. What it means is that whilst you are on the road, if anything happens to you, there should be an insurance cover for you. Okay. To add it, all our cars are partially comprehensively insured. If I said partial
I was
comprehensive
going to say
insurance,
bulletproof.
okay. So what it means is that much as we do not go for full comprehensive cover on our vehicle,
Okay.
our vehicles are partially insured comprehensively because when there are some touches on the vehicle, like breaking down of tire, breaking down of driver mirror, burglars breaking into our cars, it is covered. And if we have insured our cars against all these petty risks, how much more our students? And so there's going to be an insurance cover for our students within that period they will be with us. If anything happens to you, no one calls for that because our instructors are very strict on guiding our students. But just in case anything goes wrong, you're going to fall on our insurers to make sure that you are, insurance term, indemnified. You are not hurt too much or you are not broken down by what may possibly happen. Even though we take all precaution to avert any of these, you also have some of these. So we are offering a whole package to our students. Trust me, come to Freight Master Driving Institute and you have a family that we all care about each other. Not just teaching you to drive, but having your interests to match up with our corporate interests.
I'm enjoying the conversation so far. I wish we would have time and stress more on this particular subject matter, but time isn't on our side, so we'll have to end it up here. So moving on into the years, what should we expect from, so now it's two institutions, right?
Yeah,
Freight Masters Shipping Company,
yes,
and
yes.
then Freight Masters Driving Institute. What
yes.
should we expect from your outfit in the coming years?
Great. Thank you. Thank you. I wish we also have time more so we can delve
Yeah.
much into what we have to do. But let me say that we already have a business school in the offspring where the business school is going to offer career programs. We're going to also offer English tuition for those who are interested in learning English and being certified for your foreign school related. Nurses that need English proficiency tests to be able to apply for foreign university. Your prayers are just about to be answered because you're going to be offering English tuition in all our centers, ranging from IELTS, ranging from TOEFL, ranging from GMAT, ranging from GRE. We're going to offer all those programs, so that is going to be a component within the Freight Masters umbrella. And there are more coming up. We have a target to having the Freight Master Driving Institute across all the 16 regions of Ghana.
Across all the 16?
Across all the 16 regions of Ghana. So the vision is kind of huge.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it's not possible.
It
will. Like I said, our vision are clearly set on the goal. This is what we have set out to do. And we are not stopping at anything to ensuring that we actually achieve our corporate goal and an ambition. It may be too ambitious for a new driving school to thinking of covering the entire nation, but we will. And I'm sure we'll sit back again on our next interview to discuss about how far we have come. So there are more coming from Freight Masters as an umbrella, as a corporate institution, not just shipping, not just driving school, not just even the career offering institution in terms of academic. We're going to delve into more. So watch out for Freight Masters.
Watch out for Freight Masters. Thank you so much, Dr. Richard. We are so grateful for having this discussion.
I'm so grateful to having you guys in my office. Thank you. I wish to do this with you.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So viewers, this is how we wrap up on today's episode of Port and Maritime Agenda. Dr. Nana Amoako is our guest. He's Executive Director of Freight Masters Shipping Company Limited, a fully Ghanaian incorporated company. And he has mentioned quite a number of services that are being provided. My outfit is sponsored by Big Girls Collection. You can also follow our page on Facebook, that is Port and Maritime Agenda, and then our website is the Maritime Hub International. So if you don't know, Port and Maritime Agenda is one of the flagship programs of the Maritime Hub International. There's a surprise coming, but just watch close to all our social media handles and then we'll get you updated. Enjoy the rest of our programs.